Hi. Tulkas, the Akuma player here, has asked me to analyze some of his replays, to give him some advice and stuff like that. And I decided to go with this one because I thought there was some good stuff to talk about. But I will preface by saying that I don't play Akuma. I've played him a little bit, but not seriously. And on top of that, a lot of the stuff I'm saying is just my opinion on what the right things to do or the ideas behind situations are, and you shouldn't necessarily take what I say as like an objective truth. Just more think about why I said it and like the ideas behind it. But anyway, let's get going. Akuma versus Geef. A matchup people used to say was pretty bad at the start, but I don't think it's that bad. Alright, two jumps. Let's go back a bit. Um, this is fine, you know. I mean, you've started out aggressive, that's fine. He could have punished you here, but he didn't really. He kind of did, but he had a dumb punish. You jumped again. Stand the light kick, and then this. You shouldn't go for a combo like this because, as you can see, it doesn't combo. That does not combo. Unless you timed it wrong, which I doubt. But you can go for better combos than this. And I'll put something in that you could have done instead of this situation here where you got this. Alright, here's what you could have done in this situation, right? Off of a confirmed, off of a jumping light kick, you could have done, ideally you want to do something like this, right? You want to do, oh, if I could actually hit it. Right? That's like a basic thing. Or you can even end it with that, which is better meter build and better stun, but a bit less damage, right? But the thing with those two combos is, let me just set him to crouch. You have to confirm if they're standing or crouching when these hit, because if they're crouching, it'll whiff. As you can see, light Tatsu whiffs against crouching. It will never hit a croucher, right? And that's a hard reaction for like a newer player, right? That's a hard. I don't expect you to be able to do that. The more you play the game and the more experience you get, you'll be able to do stuff like that, right? But what you can do in the meantime is, if I put him on, oh, let me put him back on crouching actually. If you end with a medium Tatsu hits crouches. So what you can do instead is that, right? That's just like a way you can like plug it up in the meantime and get like, those are your basic options off of that confirm, which I think you should practice and try to incorporate. And then that heavy kick right there after it would never combo. I don't think that would even combo off a counter hit. I could be wrong, but yeah. Then you jumped again. Alright, here, this cross up, you picked a better button to jump in with. Where is it? You picked a better button to jump in with here, but you can do even right into this, you can do a better combo here. You can do a combo that will still combo and will give you way more time to hit confirm and will do more damage. And I see you go for the medium Tatsu as well, which I don't know about that. Alright, here's what you can do off of a successful jumping medium kick instead of what you did. And this will do, as I said, more damage, more stun, more meter build. It's easier to confirm everything. And basically you just do this and this and this, right? Pretty simple, yeah? Or you can even do that to build more meter, stuff like that. You know, it's like a basic combo for Akuma, right? And you might be thinking from before, oh, why light Tatsu? Because, if they are crouching, like Tartarus, right? But in this combo, that's not the case. As you can see, you know, not the case at all, right? And the reason that that works is because this button, standing medium kick, forces stand. It forces the character to stand up. So it will always combo. Like Tarsi will always combo, and you'll always be able to get an ender. So yeah, like I said, you should learn this combo, because this is a very bread and butter combo for Akuma. And this into this is also a frame trap. That'll beat any button in the middle, except for a true reversal, right? And if they block this, you can just do a fireball, right? On block. And if they get frame trapped, that's great. So I recommend really incorporating that combo into your game, because it's better in every way than doing that. Oh, you were doing this, right? It's better in every way, right? And if you want even more damage, you can do the, whoops, not that. You can do the medium Tatsu, right? And that goes straight into EXDP. So yeah, try practicing that, I think. It's a good idea. Lots of jumping. Sweet, yeah. Oh, he didn't punish it. Same thing there. You got the stun, that was good. Good awareness of where he was about to get stunned. I believe you could have done a better combo here as well. I'll check it out. I could be wrong, but I think there's better combos here. Alright, as for the corner combo on the stun, I think you did the right thing. I don't know how much more you could have really optimized it without looking into it too much. But I'll put in like just a thing you can do for like maximum meter spendage, just in case this situation occurs. You probably already know this, but I'll show you anyway, just because it's cool. Oh man, I messed up, didn't I? It's hard to get this combo. But yeah, that's like kind of full meter build. I think you can delay the DP a bit more to get all the hits on it. But yeah, that's that. Yep, good blocks there. That was good blocks. When he pulls you in this specific setup, he's plus, and then you just got hit. You know, that's a hard situation to deal with. Yeah, got you in this. He gets a big setup of this. He went for the DP. You had so much health here that you probably shouldn't have taken the risk. I mean, it didn't work out, obviously. Maybe it could have worked out. It could have worked out and you would have won the round, right? I don't even know if DP would kill there, actually. So, especially if DP didn't kill this on hit, you really shouldn't have spent the meter on a reversal here. You should have just blocked or jumped or guessed defensively instead of guessing offensively. Because if he blocks it, it's all over for you. It's really all over if he does the right punish. And he has a big punish here. Kind of messed it up though. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing stuff like that. And you just jumping at him a bit too much in that situation. But the thing, let's talk about this round a bit more, right? Alright. Let's look at this combo, right? Real quick. Alright. Look how big your life lead is. You're basically full health here, right? Full health. And he is like a one hit from dying. And you have him in the corner. You have every advantage in this situation. You have the health advantage by a mile. You have the positional advantage, which is super important. You can just chill. He really has to work to kill you. But you did this. And you gave up your positional advantage. You put yourself in the corner for no reason at all here, which is not a great idea. With Street Fighter especially, positioning on the stage is super important. Every character's goal pretty much is to not get put in the corner, and to put the opponent in the corner, because the game completely changes for every character when they put someone in the corner. And you've really won half the battle, if not the whole battle, by putting him in the corner. So right here, you know, you're in such a great position here, right? You have everything working for you here, every advantage, and then you threw away one of the biggest advantages by putting yourself into the corner. And then he threw you out, luckily, but he gets you with this setup. Yeah, that's, that happens. That's fine. He's got you in this situation here, and you acted too aggressive in this situation. He still had a pretty big mountain to climb. Could have got there with like 2 reads, obviously, but you need to really notice life leads in this game. If you have a big life lead, you don't have to do anything. You can play defensively, and they have to come to you, and they have to take risks. Especially Zangief. Zangief especially has to take risks to open you up. And you're in an advantage. Whenever the other person has to take risks, you're at advantage. You're the one who has the advantage in those situations. But instead, you took a lot of risks despite being in control, and then it led to him. It made it easier for him to come back in this situation. Yeah, you should have just relaxed here as well. He got you here, right? Yep. You jumped out of this situation. Once you hit here, you should have just relaxed. You still had the life lead. Akuma can keep Zangief out. You can throw fireballs. You have good normals to like kind of ward him off. You didn't have to jump here. He was the one that has to get in on you. You do not have to get in on him at all. But that led to a bad situation here, and he managed to take the round. But it happens. It's all good. But, just some misinputs, that's alright. Yeah, don't be careful with stuff like this. I noticed in a lot of your other replays as well, you do a lot of unconfirmed. It's either crouching medium kick or standing medium kick into medium tatsu. And you should really work to get this stuff completely out of your game. Get this completely out of your game. Because you will get punished hard. Hard. This is never worth it. Because you could have just done like some other stuff that I'll show you in this situation, and you could have hit confirmed, or you could have continued your pressure without taking this risk and guessing on a hit. Because you don't have to guess on a hit, you can confirm into a hit easily. Alright, off of the air reset, you're in a position, you were kind of here when he's at. You could have pressed this and like just done a bit of pressure, right? Maybe if he gets hit, he gets hit. That's kind of a safe way to do it, kind of thing. Maybe if you got closer, you could have done like a frame trap. I'll quickly record some guard recovery options, right? Alright. Keeps faster spotted. Crouch jab, right? Let's turn that on. If you had done this, see how he can't press anything. Oh, let me just turn off that other setting real quick. Alright. He can't press anything after you make him block that. See, he's doing his jab. You can do like that, right? As like a frame trap. And you're completely safe when you do that. He's not going to punish you on block for doing something like that, right? You can do even like that, right? Kind of thing. Or even like EX Fireball, if you want, really. And then you could even like do that into like... Oh, what am I doing? You know, something like that, right? These are just like ideas of what you could have done in that situation. But let's say he had pressed something. What you can also do. So let's we'll turn this off. Oh. We'll set his counter hit to on. And no guard. Let's say he had pressed something, right? As soon as he got air reset. If you had meatied with this button, this is +3 and it crush counters, and you can combo off anywhere that you hit with it, right? So you could hit him with this, and then you could have what's the input? That's the input, right? Yeah. You could have Oh man, I suck at this. Yeah, you could have done like that, right? You can combo off that kind of thing. Or you can even, if it's close, you can just do. What can you do from here? You can just do something like that, right? Yeah. But yeah, this, right. Really, you know, you build so much meter from that, and you can use that as a meaty. Let's say you blocked it, right? Guard all. Let's put this back on. So yeah, he's doing his reversal, right? This is so plus. He can't press anything. He cannot press anything here. He can do that. He can do that. You know. He can do that. You could probably, if you're close enough, you can probably. You can't throw it. But yeah, my idea. You can even do that. Look at that. Man, that is pretty cool. That might not work against characters with 3-frame moves, but yeah, you can. Oh, that should work. Yeah. My idea is you shouldn't have done the stand medium. You shouldn't have done the stand medium kick into Tatsu, because then that happens, right? And he's just gonna punish it really hard. Everyone has a million years to react to that, to punish that. So yeah, just some ideas of what you could have done. And he took back. See, look, here we go again. You've got him in such a great position. Life lead in your favor. Positional lead, you've got him right in the corner. And you should just chill after in a situation like this. You should just like maybe walk back here, right? Stand here and threaten with fireballs or like anti-airs. See what he's going to do. Or you could have just gone in here, done like a meaty move that's plus, and done some pressure because, you know, what's he going to wake up with? Zangief doesn't have a real reversal, right? Alright, let's talk about what you could do when you have someone in the corner real quick, right? When they're waking up, you can do... Let's like throw him down. You can do something like that, right? You can even do another throw. I believe Akuma can do like multiple throws, right? Or do you have to... Something like that. I think Akuma has a true throw loop. I might be wrong. Seems like he definitely does. Or else I wouldn't be able to do what I was doing just then. But you can keep throwing people. And I believe you can also just do that, right? It's like right into your pressure. This is like pretty plus. So it's a good button to like get off on people. But let's just put him on no recovery real quick. Say like they're waking up to you, you're right on them. You can do this, right? You can do this. This is +3, which is big plus. And you know what you can do? You can do this. You can do this into that, which is a frame trap, right? Any button. You can do this to that and into that. Into EX Fireball, right? EX Fireball is +8. That is super plus. And you can combo off it if it hits. So let's say they try to press something. Let's turn on set wake up options. No, set guard recovery. He's gonna, when he blocks, he's gonna try jab his way out, right? You can do this. Oops, man, I messed up. Well, let's throw him first, right? Do this. You can do that, right? On reaction and combo off it. And even if they block... Oh, man. Oh, you can jab out of that. I didn't know that. That's interesting. But yeah, even if they block... that fireball, right? Even if they block the fireball, that is like so plus that you can just go back into like maybe throw them. You can do whatever you want. So yeah, keep the pressure on really, or you can just walk back, throw fireballs, stand at like a good range like this, throw fireballs. If they jump, DP kind of thing, you know, or anti-air with that, great anti-air. But yeah, there's kind of some general ideas. So you could have pressured him, but instead you jumped yourself into the corner. And even though you got the hit here, and you got a combo, which you could have got the better combo here. You could have done the combo I showed earlier. But even though this happened, and it's good that you got the hit, you still uncornered him, and you've made it easier for him to come back in this round, just because he's no longer in the corner and he has so much space to work with now. He has a whole screen's worth of space, and it's not going to be, it's a lot easier for him to put you in the corner now. So always just like, don't do cross-ups like this unless they're going to kill and you really think they're going to hit. Because the corner is so important to have people in the corner, especially a character like Zangief who like can't do much about it. So yeah, he could have done a better combo there. Um, Again, you shouldn't have jumped here. Um, it's not such a great idea to jump here because see, you've got the big life lead, like half life lead on him. You can just you should play more defensively, is what I'm trying to say mostly, when you have such a good life lead and advantage. Because at the end of the day, like I haven't seen you throw fireballs in neutral at all, and you should throw fireballs and you should play slow when you can afford to, because he's the one that has to get in on you, and it's hard for Geef to get in. That's the biggest problem with Zangief, is that a lot of characters make it hard for him to get in on them. So you were at such a good advantage here, and then you jumped here. This is a bad jump. Even if it worked, this is still a bad jump, because at the end of the day, you're taking a risk and he's not taking a risk. You're the one who's taking a risk here. And I think it's important to, if you don't have to take risks, you shouldn't necessarily take risks. Because if you just keep taking risks, whenever you take a risk, you're at a disadvantage. And that's the reason it's a risk, right? It's a risk because it's not hard for someone to punish it, and it might not work. And there's a good chance it won't work. That's why it's a risk, right? Sure, the reward might be great, but at the end of the day, it's a risk. And when you play Street Fighter, you want to win. You want to play with as little risks as you can while still winning. The risks are more reserved for situations where you need to take a risk to win, kind of thing. And like, you can't always think like that, obviously. Sometimes you take risk when you're winning, and just because you know it'll work, and that's part of the game. If you always take risk when you need it and never take them when you don't, then people can see that, and it's they're gonna know they're gonna have good reads on you. But what I mean, in general, when you're learning, you shouldn't take risks you don't have to take, because you're at a disadvantage. And see, like, he's jabbed you out of the air. He's got you at +2 here. Good punish. Good punish on that. That wasn't a real combo, and you're lucky that this hit. Not that. Not that. That does not combo at all. I'm not exactly sure what you could have done in this situation because it hit kind of weird. I don't know if there's any combo ability in this situation, but I know for a fact, no matter how good the situation, this would have never worked, this crouch medium kick, and then you unsafely confirmed it into this. So I'd say, just like I said earlier, just get rid of these medium kick Tatsu not confirmed, sorry, just like these medium kick Tatsu combos that you do, because they're really dangerous. It's so unsafe on block. People are gonna really hurt you for it. That was alright. You could have hit confirm this combo. Just like, yeah, that's really all I could say about that situation, right? You had the hit confirm, you hit him twice, you could have like finished the combo, and he would have got stunned. Basically that's the gist of it, but you stunned him and he's dead, so that's alright,
Final round. Fight.
Yeah, again, with air fireball combos, do not use crouch medium kick. Use crouch medium punch or stand medium kick, because they're faster buttons and they're more likely to combo. And if you use crouch medium punch, you can better confirm. Or you can even use a jab, because this hit so high right here, and you were so high in the air when it hit. I think the only way you could have comboed off this was with a jab combo. I could be wrong, but that's just what it looks like to me. Alright, let's talk about the air fireball, right? You should have gone for something more like this. Because you have so much time to react to it hitting or not. Really, that's the best way I can put it. You can hit confirm there, whereas if you did what you did, a bit harder to hit confirm. And even though you can still hit confirm the way you did, this does more damage anyway. So there's no reason not to do stuff like this. Right? And if it's a bit harder, you can just go straight into that, right? You can go straight into jab if it looks bad. Oops, and I suck at Akuma. Yeah, but you can go straight into jab kind of thing if it looks bad. But yeah, you should go, even if this doesn't hit. It's kind of out of range. Even if this like doesn't work out for you and they block it and it doesn't hit, you're still like safe. Safe-ish. If they block it, you're kind of not safe from their thing, but if it doesn't combo is what I mean to say. You're not in danger, and you can stop the combo before you make it dangerous, kind of thing. And, yep, got aggressive with him again. That's fine if it works. You shouldn't have done that. You should have done a proper combo starting with crouch medium punch or something along those lines like I showed earlier. Oh, you got too aggressive there. Oh, he's going a bit crazy. Yeah, see, in situations like this, you're kind of like sitting the screen like this. You're never throwing any fireballs, and you should be throwing fireballs, because that's what gives Geef trouble to an extent. And there's no risk in throwing a fireball. When you throw a fireball, you are controlling this area of the screen. And there's no risk, especially at this spacing. There is literally nothing that Geef can do. He can't do a single thing to hurt you. So it's just and you build some meter from it as well, right? Maybe he'll get hit, maybe he'll block it. It doesn't really matter. But you can throw fireballs there. And again, you had like a kind of a life lead. It's kind of even, but you took risks here. Jumping in, you didn't need to take these risks at all. You should have played defensive. Because he took risks. He jumped and he was taking risks. You could have, if you were ready defensively, you could have like taken advantage of that situation. Oh, yeah, you can't press anything there, really. You could have pressed your 3-frame button, actually, right? When Zangief, not this. Alright, this headbutt is +2, I believe. +2, right? And SPD is 5 frames, so you actually couldn't press anything here at all, besides a DP, right? But that's a big risk. So you shouldn't have pressed the button here because it was never going to work. There's no real situation where a button here is going to work. You should have either jumped away or kept blocking because you're either going to get SPD'd or you're going to get like a meaty button, right? Well, not a meaty, but yeah, and he SPD'd you, so you should have jumped away in that situation. Pressing a normal wasn't an option. But here it was an option to press something. Wait, where is it? That knee, this is -3, right? So if you ever block this, you can press pretty much anything. You could press crouch medium punch. Crouch medium punch probably your best bet in this situation. And Geef can't press anything to deal with that. He could have supered, but you know, that's a big risk. And you could even punish this with your standing light punch if it was in range, and I believe it was. So you could have done standing light punch into light Tatsu, into like a DP or like a heavy kick Tatsu, right? That's just like an idea of what you could have done in that situation. But yeah, he got you with the light speed there. Yeah, you're in a defensive position. Oh, weird interaction. That was kind of weird, right? Throw. No throw. Yeah. Like I was saying before, just remove that part of your game entirely, right? This right here, remove this completely from your game. These into this Tatsu. It's so unsafe, and the risk is a risk you never have to take, and it doesn't work a lot of the time, as you can see here. Um, Not a great idea, but there's so much other stuff you can do. But yeah, that's it pretty much. You have the right idea on some stuff. Mostly I just say as a general, if you want to kind of change your general game plan to be a bit easier, think about playing a bit more defensive at times and reactionary. Like try throwing some fireballs, try like letting people come to you and then stopping them from coming to you instead of always going to attack someone else. Because you don't have to be aggressive against people necessarily. Maybe if you're like at a life disadvantage, you do. But Akuma has moves like fireballs and stuff where people have to come to you, right? And you can play defensive if you want. And they have to take risks, especially Zangief. Zangief has to take risks to get it on you. So you should take advantage of that instead of just jumping at him or like getting in his face and taking risks that he can punish, kind of thing. And also, like I said, do not give up corner advantage. Do not put yourself in the corner because it's really important to keep people in the corner, kind of thing. So yeah, hopefully it was helpful. Um, hopefully it didn't sound like I was being too hard on you. I wasn't, hopefully. Um, it's just like my tone of voice can be like that sometimes. I can sound like an asshole. But you're doing well. You're doing well. Just like there's some things you can improve that won't be that hard changes to make, right? And when you make them, it'll like really help you like beat people and like move up to higher ranks. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful.